Mito kalon good lahabinun. Ogara line long Day Council District. Ogara line long Western Islands. Ogara line long Papua New Guinea. Side only been following me closely long election by election long Day Council Day District. Mito kapinun lo ipla ogara. Tete mi rise long making little talk long outcome long election. But before that, me like talk big thank you, long Papa God, for giving me precision the time, long come participate in this election. Me to thank you, long God. Number two, me to thank you, long family long me, Mrs. Tomin, all picnic, all have been agree long you me go pass the election, come participate in the election. Me to thank you all los son of the minutes time. Number three, I'm me to thank you long all the voters, especially the 27,146 of them. So I only believe long leadership, now only voting me plan. This la I'm on troop la vote, na me to thank you. Long bell no me, long you pla believe in leadership, na you pla voting me. Long me to thank you. Whether vote 1, vote 2, or vote 3, me to big pla thank you long you pla. Number 4, and me to thank you long on team SK. Only go pass, come bien, come sideways, side. Na only go pass long coordinating campaign manager or the campaign coordinators all over the district only running this campaign come successfully. People are piling up heavy, people are maximum trouble. Ogra Sunday come right, and me to thank you long Ogra coordinators. Number 5, and me to thank you long Ogra line side on supporting me. You plus supporting me in cash in kind, in one way or the other, participation to Ibla. Me to thank you. Lo Ibla Ogra long support to Ibla. At least me put him on support to Ibla to good use. You will look in results. Finally, me to thank you Ogra line across the country. Ibla supporting Ibla. Ibla better no Ibla giving moral support to Ibla. Also to vote 4, vote 5. Now you Ogra support Ibla giving Ibla long and have been overwhelming. Big support Ibla giving long and me to thank you from the bottom of my heart. So I made a thank you. Thank you, Blomiko Paslo, Yupla Okra. At this juncture, me like since the time long congratulating member elect, the Honorable Desmond Kiba now. We congratulating him long win and we winning election long and it was maybe not a very competitive election we will go through. We looking kind of some lines of watching state of origin of rugby game in tight. Eventually one has to win, the other has to lose. So me congratulate him, long success for him, and me wish him all the best. Long next 12 months, long member people, and run him district long, and then participate at the national level too. And then me also to thank you all election officials, all security personnel, provincial election steering committee chairman, Tim Langem, Ogra line only participate, running this election. Me to thank you, Yupla, the working Langem. Papa God can bless you. While congratulating him, me like talking over the supporters from me long. Also recognizing him you may not been got member since September 2022 time late member Honorable Stephen Pim and brother Blomi and pass on. So long time you may not got member at least now you may come up member and I have taking reins long helping bring him some service in district. So the Milan you may not give him support but you may not him na laremem work. So me like asking more than suppose long having jealousy, losing wrong long line, some long line only come long rest house no you mean only go back no only no some long line only promise no no only no all something and come up long and me like me below losing wrong long. No can cross fight, no can make him kind of something. Jealousy, he must stop on the me. Election and seasonal something and become no more. Na me less lo pasin birwa. Is that na me long me. So me appeal long ogara supporters for me long. Finding jealousy na and stop on the jealousy as for the next remaining months. Me also encouraging you know ogara go back long. On one up ibla work garden on man on liang ploma me encouraging ibla nogan sanak no road. Ibla go na olim straight na ibla walk na busy long life ibla thinking future lo ibla election season am over so me encouraging lo kada lo go back na walk na start lo push na karan tok tok bila tok tok narla tu em long side lo yumi no gan ting mosan yumi lose I think tabi looking history long election on Narlaman only go 4 time, 5 time, so network where only come to election long and 20 years of network, 25 years of network only come to election. Mipla and me resign, no same week me resign, same week me losing mostly na commander again and me nominate local election. So this play me lo yumi lo come second. With a very legally quote 900,000 you may lose no end. Any record in itself. Na any soy most of you believe long leadership where me offering long end. Also, me like you long every assurance na believe that you may set in record also you may just come straight na come call election and you may come not like mark. Also, no can fill down. And they may also have tribal votes, can something come up. But you may set them record, you may pick up votes, no, over the polling booth, which is a good plus something. Also, me like you people having Belisina, you must not can feel down or feel sorry or kind of say, oh, Belat. So, me like a sorry you plus and this la me. Record you may appreciate him also you may working you may performing well long election you may come again and a legal time has only stopped so 2027 2 is around the corner also you must get belly see also me to thank you long all the support once again me to thank you all the line both sides only been supporting me this like campaign. Some you know like vote straight, but all ban hijacking. Plenty polling booth only hijacking. Or legally one law, two man only hijacking. All go na all just tighten on polling booth na. On one law, two man that's all only cutting vote na but making kind and go na. All the line only like voting people long and all only depriving right no all. Also me not sorry. Me not sorry. But at the same time you've been pray, you've been believe no leadership, no, you've like giving vote, no, bell, no, you've long and only depriving vote without sorry. But thank you, long this, but thinking you've got long and he got plenty of area where you mix some vote long and all man go no polling booth or polling ballot box, no, only rousing name no mean put him name no let he got up online only line up only vote na. For the business level, all man comes stealing ballot papers na run away. Can't something come up. Can't experience come up. The middle sorry also. Plenty of you really got bell long vote, but one or two man that's all only making wrong passing only depriving right people. Sorry. But all in all, you may lose or something. No hand block out. Some only hijacking polling booth or only hijacking system, only making foul play long. Inside long counting room, or something, me like him, me lose him wrong. Na lose him wrong, I'm the big man. Lose him wrong, I'm the court. I'm not him go, I can deal with them all. Me banana, some man go to court, maybe one him something, and me banana even caught him. Desmond, no win long, me lose him wrong, me lose him over something, and me lose him also. Na let him, you must stop on the belly. See, you may give him support long. No member, you mean let him work. He no long time stop, he no plenty time stop, so you may give him support and let him work. Inside long Mukla LLG and district office and staff long Mukla LLG. May appeal long tribesmen long me long Rolaka, long Kimka, long Ramdi, long Manimbi, na copy you mean look out him display place stop. Na kikbuga na dalga me like him me long allow him no plan member long work long district. You me all in district office staff, not him make work on them on district work line. Give him space long him can work. Once again me don't take it all support to you. Congratulations long Desmond Kiba, the Honorable Desmond Kiba election to you. Na me to take it all line. Belisi must stop with me. God bless. At the conclusion of the day by-election and the outcome of it, I would like to make some observations and some lived experiences I'd like to recount. And I see that this is an area that requires serious reform and change. And that is in the area of election management or election governance. The way the elections are run is so dysfunctional and disorganized and so costly that I don't think we will ever change this country if we do not fix this area. I've observed it from a distance, but now having experienced it firsthand as a contestant in the election, I see that there's a lot of things that needs to change. I've seen the constitutional rights of individuals have been deprived by few individuals. I've seen a lot of corruption at play. I've seen a lot of hands at play. I've seen few individuals depriving the rights of everybody and then taking the ballots to certain locations, and almost all the polling booths, people were not allowed to vote freely. And there was no free and fair election. And I'm not saying it as a, bitter about my loss and all of this. No. I see that this experience gives me an insight to make this comment as someone who has been involved in the governance, good governance area, someone who has been involved in transforming institutions. I see that the election management and governance of it needs serious paradigm shift. And that is the first hand experience that I have seen that we seriously need to address if we are going to progress as a country. The election process is the process that produces the elite leaders of a country, the apex of decision making. And we need to get it right. The policy makers, the lawmakers, the people who set the course for this country, the people who make critical decisions that charts the future of this nation. And this process is so dysfunctional that even good, well-intended, smart people who would like to contribute at that level will find it so hard and so difficult to participate. And that is why this process needs serious improvement. And it is a very, very expensive process, I'm saying. It drains resources, it drains energy, it takes up a lot of productive time doing unnecessary things, masquerading around. All of these things could be avoided. Now, when you look at the cost of running elections, the electoral commissioner, acting electoral commissioner, just announced that it will cost up to 500 billion kina, 500 million kina to run 2027 elections. And that money, I believe that it's just to run the elections, but they are after costs like IACA bills and allowances and accommodations and litigations that go with it that goes up to hundreds and hundreds of millions of taxpayer money that is being wasted or spent on running expensive elections. And that is on the part of those who are administering the process. But then you look at the candidates and the supporters of the funders. So candidates spend a great deal of resources as well. So that could be half of, or that could be equal to the money that the state spends. So probably that's 500 to 600 million kina that is spent by candidates all around the country in every national general elections. So it's a billion kina activity we're talking about. It's a billion kina activity we're talking about. So it is a very expensive exercise that is being carried out, but it is so dysfunctional and costly. See, and then after the elections, you look at election petitions, not only this cost you're looking at. Election petitions, and I will give you some statistics about election petitions. In 2012, 105 out of 111 seats ended up in the Court of Disputed Returns. In 2017 national general elections, 87 out of the 111 seats ended up in the Court of Disputed Returns. They filed election petitions. And then in 2022, 102 out of 118 seats ended up in court. So the entire election process, about 86% of the entire election process is fraught with controversy. It is being challenged. It is being disputed. What does that tell you? It is a serious indictment that something is seriously wrong in the election process. And it costs the poor losing candidates a lot of money to pay lawyers and all the costs associated with running a litigation. I know as a lawyer. And then all the cost, the judicial time that is committed in running election petitions, the tension, the anxiety, and all of these things, and the cost to the Electoral Commission to also defend all of those election petitions. So when you look at it, it is a very, very costly exercise. We don't get it right. We rarely get it right because 86% of all our elections are up to challenge. So far, if you look at the last 3 national general elections, they've all been brought into dispute. So we seriously need to get it right. And when we're talking about the cost, the social cost, the families that are divided, the tensions in the communities, all of these things, social costs are also immeasurable, and all of this could be, immeasurable. We cannot measure in money terms, but it's all contributed by dysfunctional election management process. And I think this requires a serious reform. All of these costs we're talking about, the billion kina activity we're talking about, all of this could be avoided. The tensions, the fact that people are not given an opportunity to vote, all of these things could be avoided if we simply introduce digital technology. If we simply digitalize the election management process, I believe that a lot of these costs could be avoided, a lot of taxpayers' money could be saved, a lot of tensions, a lot of litigation time could be saved. All of these things if we introduce a digital system, biometric voting system. You see, when we're talking about all of these things, a biometric system will solve all the problems of ghost names, all the costs and all of these things. The biometric system will also solve the costly exercise that the state has been doing, the so-called NID project that has costed hundreds of millions of kina. the national census that is carried out every 5 years, the common roll update that is carried out every 5 years or so. 3 activities that is costing the government and the taxpayers of Papua New Guinea a lot of money, but we never get the exact population right. 3 different activities, the national census, the common roll update, and the hand ID, all of them are done, but we still haven't got the population right. We still haven't got the voting common roll right. And these are serious things. All of this could be avoided and resolved by digitalizing, by introducing digital technology. So if we introduce a biometric system, then it will solve all these problems. So let me give you an example about India. India has almost 1 billion population, but the voting population is about 800 million. And India's context and circumstances are similar to ours. And they vote, because they have a technology available, they vote, and in the same day, there is no counting time and people sleeping outside and waiting for counting and anxiety and all of this. There is no human involvement. All they do is using biometric system, and all 800 million people, they vote, and on the same day, they know the result. Same day, they know the results. And that is what I'm talking about. PNG is a small province of India in terms of the demographics and the policy population that we have. So if we introduce biometric system, it could solve a lot of these problems. I see no reason why we are not exploring that opportunity. It could cost us less than, I believe, within the vicinity of 100 million. It could cost 100 million kina to procure that system, maybe off the shelf or customize it. Whatever it is, there's a lot of technology available, and we are sitting here doing the same things over and over and not getting it right. So if India could do it, we could do it. The technology is available. So 100 million kina can solve all the costs that is involved in running dysfunctional and defective elections. So I think I urge the government to seriously look into it and explore this opportunity, explore the technologies available there. I think it needs to be done. Because the other thing, it can also solve corruption as well. And I'm talking about elite corruption, the top level political corruption I'm talking about. You see, because candidates spend so much money at the elections through this dysfunctional system, and then they are produced through that system, so they have to go and make some money while in power to come back and then to fund that system to win again. If we automated a lot of things and if we digitalized a lot of things, I believe with the biometric system, people just go and stand up in front of a screen or in front of a tablet or whatever. And like we had 56 polling or 59 polling booths. It requires that 59 tablets or 59 screens or 59 gadgets where individuals can line up and the biometric system is there, the fingerprints or their facial recognition authenticated, and all they do is they just press the first photo of the first candidate, the second preference and the third preference. The tallies and everything is done up by the system technology, and in the afternoon we know the results. It could solve all the IACA problems, it could solve all the ghost names problems, it could solve all the counting time, it could solve, avoid all the human beings that are involved in the counting and all the funny things, the foul plays that they do. All of these things could be solved and avoided if we simply introduced biometric system. It could solve all the election petition cases that we have that clog up the court's time. It could solve a lot of things and all the energy that is used. So I urge the government, if we are serious enough to fix this country, a lot of things can be fixed if we fix the election management process. And we are into 50 years and we are in the age of technology. I see no reason why we are avoiding this, and I see no reason why such a system is not being explored. Thank you.